Hey folks, it's Sheldon with TigerTough. We're going to throw a set of seat covers on a new Ram truck, and I figured I'd take you all along for the ride. First thing, as with any of our seat covers, slide your seat forward so it's easy to work on, and lean the seat back forward a little bit. I've got the cover for the driver's side seat bottom right here. We'll place it over the seat loosely, like so. Then I'm going to take this flap right here and push it between the seat back and the seat bottom. And to prevent this Velcro from hooking as I push it through here, I'm just going to fold the cover over on top of itself before I push it through. In order to get the top flap that we pushed from the front to the back through, we need to release this whole flap. And to do that, there's two elastic straps with clips, like this one right here, that hook up underneath the seat, and we'll just release both of them. Just like that. Now that that flap is up, we can pull this flap through from the top. So we got this top flap here pushed to the back. Next step is we're going to take these strings, both on the inside and the outside of the seat, and run them down underneath the seat. On the outside of the seat, this string will go down between the seat cushion and this plastic trim. So what we'll do is just pull the cushion off to the side, and then if you look right down through the top, you can see there's a hole that goes all the way down to the bottom. So you just push the string down in there and pull it out here. And then we'll tuck this inside the plastic trim so it looks nice. Now I'm going to take this string here and run it over top of the rail that the seat runs on to go underneath the seat to meet up with the other one. On this string here on the inside of the seat, we're just going to run it straight down, and then we'll go around to the back of the seat and pull it underneath the seat. So we'll just push it down in here and make sure that this whole flap is pressed down and goes around the outside of the seat belt. Alright, I couldn't do this with the camera in the way so you could see it, so I'll point out what I did. The string that we ran from the inside up there, I pulled over top of this rail right here that the seat rides on. So it's over top of that and in front of the rear seat mount. And the same goes for this string that came from the outside. It's ran over top of the rail and in front of the rear seat mount. What we're going to do now is, it might be hard for you to see me do it, so I'll explain it first. I'm going to pull both of these strings tight and then tie them together. I'll talk you through it as we go. So the first step we're going to do to tie these two strings together, I'm going to take the string that is on the inside, like closest to the passenger seat. I'm just going to pinch it, double it over on itself, and just tie a plain old knot to make a loop. There's my loop right there. Then I'm going to take this string from the outside of the seat closest to the door, run it through the loop, and pull it back on itself. And that's how we're going to create tension to hold the seat cover on and keep it from moving, is I'll just keep pulling this tighter and tighter, like so. Now that I've pulled that tight, I just need to tie the two strings together. You can use pretty much any knot that won't slip. And there we go. Now that's tight, so that'll keep your seat cover from shifting over time. So the next thing we'll do is take this long flap in the front of the seat, and I'm going to run it over top of all of the bars, the seat adjuster bars, so that we can fasten it to the flap from the back. I go underneath the string we just tied, just to hide that and make it look good. Alright, I've gone around to the back of the seat. You're looking at it from the front now. And we'll just pull this flap super tight and fasten it to the flap that came through from the top. Okay, so this flap from the front pull it tight. It's impossible to make it too tight because the tighter you pull it, the better your cover is going to fit. Same goes for this other flap. And there we go. That's all there is to it. The bottom's done. Bottom's done. We're going to start on the seat back. We'll pop the headrest off. To do that, you pull it all the way up, and then there's two little buttons right at the base of the headrest. Push both of them in at once, and the headrest just pulls right out. These are the two buttons that I pushed to pop the headrest out. Alright, I've got the driver's side seat back cover here. This one's got some pretty awesome custom embroidery on it. We've put our logo on it. You can put yours on it. I'm going to turn the cover most of the way inside out. That makes it a lot easier to put on the seat. So I've got the cover here turned most of the way inside out. I'm just going to pull it over the seat back. The airbag patch and the airbag tag should be facing the driver's door. Okay, the next step, now that I've got this on the seat back, is to pull the cover around the little plastic trim pieces for the headrest. To do that, you'll just push one side over and stretch the cover around it. And do that for both of them. Make sure the cover is, all the seams line up right, it's square and tight. Now we'll just start to roll the cover down over the seat back. Cover's on, looks good. Now we just got to fasten it down so it stays put. This is just like the seat bottom. We have the Velcro that we fold over on itself so it doesn't stick, and stick it between the seat back and the seat bottom. This is a flap that I pushed through from the front, and I'm just going to pull it tight. Again, the tighter you pull it, the better your cover looks. And then wrap it up and stick it to the Velcro that is underneath the seat bottom. So it's stuck right along here. This Velcro that's up here is where the next flap is going to stick to. Now I'm going to take this flap along with this carpeted one that's from the factory, fold them down underneath the seat, and stick it to the Velcro strip that's underneath it. Last step is to put the headrest on. So lean the seat back a little bit. Okay, a lot of it. The headrest on. And we've got the cover right here. It's going to go on with the loop or the soft Velcro in the front. The hook or the rough stuff will be in the back. Pull that on tight. Fasten the two Velcro strips together. And we're done. Now's a good time to go over the seat, make sure all the seams are straight, line up, everything fits nice and tight, and you're good to go. I'm going to put the cover on the center console now. I'm doing it from the back seat so you can see what's going on. If your truck doesn't have a back seat, that's not a problem. You can do it from the driver or passenger seat. I'm going to flip the lid up and pull the console cover down over top of the lid. Make sure that the seams around the cover line up with the console. Alright, that's on. Fits tight, handle pokes out right, the latch is clear. That's covered. Now we'll flip the whole thing up and push the cover through. I'm just going to pull this out and drop the console down into it. Just like that. These little Velcro flaps here are going to go around to the back and fasten to the back of the console. Alright, I've got these two little Velcro straps. I'm just going to pull them as tight as I can and fasten them to the Velcro strip on the back of the cover. The last step to covering the top of the center portion is to open the lid and hook these two Velcro straps together. So we'll just pull them tight and hook them up. And you may need to rearrange your cover just a little bit so that your latch here is cleared, because if these are over top of the latch, your cover won't latch, or your lid won't latch. So you just need to make sure that they're back and clear of that. So we're going to put the cover on the bottom of the center portion. Now, if your truck has this plastic bit down here with the little rubber insert for storage, it's a lot easier to take this off. There's only 2 screws that hold it on, and so I'm going to do that. So I'll take that off, put the cover on, and then we'll put it back on again. So we'll just pull this a little bit out here. Then a 5/16 socket. We'll take these screws loose. So I got both of those screws out. Now we'll just lift up on the front of this and pull it out off the seat. That's going to allow the cover to wrap down in here. Then we'll put this back on and you'll have that nice factory fit. Next step, I've already taken this seat belt out of this elastic strap. Take this seat belt out of this one. We'll end up covering those elastic straps up with the cover. Okay, so the bottom cover here stays on with the Velcro that goes all the way around the seat bottom. So to put that on, we'll just set it over the console bottom and just work it down over the console. These straps will run around to the back of the console. Once I get this finished, we'll put the plastic piece back in the front. Before I go around to the back, I'm just going to push this through so it's back there when I need it. I'm going to take these flaps from the sides here, pull them tight, and I'm just going to tuck them kind of behind that plastic trim in there, and we'll do that for both sides. And then we'll take this flap that we pulled through from the top. Remember I said that Velcro is super sticky? Let's pull that tight and go down like that. Alright, now that we've got the center console completely covered, all we have left to do is to put this plastic piece back on where it belongs. Slide it back in place, and then we'll just tighten these screws down. Put this rubber piece back in on on top of the screw holes, and you're all done.